He just revealed the key to the Grizzlies' plan, as it looks like Zach Edey will not be a lock to start the season. Zach Kleiman has one man in mind to help cure the minds of all Grizzlies fans alike who have fears of the start of the regular season. What's going on, everybody? Jaren Jackson here for another episode of Grizzlies Digest. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. And as always, I want to highlight our 39% of subscribers. You guys are awesome, amazing. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep hitting that subscribe button. The 62% of you, what's going on, man? I mean, we're about to start NBA season soon. Preseason is literally right around the corner. So hit that subscribe button so you never miss another upload from us. And of course, getting into the content now. Jock Landale is expected to be a quote-unquote significant contributor to the team. And Zach Kleiman, again, just kind of rehashing all of media day because it's pretty much the content that we can go off now as we're almost about to start preseason soon. Kleiman adds he has the skill set Tuomas system needs and the skill set Ja needs in a big partner. So I think this is also kind of a truth reveal about Jay Huff. And when you talk about Jay, again, you're going to miss his size. He's 7'1". He can shoot the basketball from anywhere. He's not afraid to drive inside. I mean, his reverse dunks, I mean, we're obviously going to miss those. But for Jock, I think this Jock Landale experiment is actually really going to help Memphis. And I'm talking about specifically rebounding, specifically defense, because you have to have that this year because the Grizzlies didn't really have much defense last year. And you might see some stats that, Jared, this proves otherwise. Well, it didn't really feel like it. And that's why they went on a bad stretch to, late in the season. I know they had injuries of all kinds like Jalen Wells and Ja Morant and a few others, but you have to have rebounding and defense in this game. It's not starting to become a more traditional game again, but I mean, look at what Oklahoma City did. I mean, they got Alex Caruso, they got another big Isaiah Hartenstein, and both of those guys were incredible. Specifically in rebounding and specifically in defense. And you got to have guys like that. You got to have KCP. You got to have Jock Landale. I'm not trying to compare them to Hartenstein and Caruso because those guys are, they're perfect for Oklahoma City. They were outstanding Caruso playing defense against Jokic, and I don't want to make this into an Alex Caruso thing, even though I love him a lot. But you have to have defense. And you have to have a big body in there to set screens. And, you really have to own up to business. I don't think Jay Huff was doing that very much. I mean, he wasn't getting much playing time to really prove that. I think with the Pacers, I'm sure he's going to be a great role player. But when you talk about the fit, it's time to tell the cold, harsh truth about Jay Huff. And that's just that he doesn't have enough meat on the bones like Jock Landale does. And that's exactly why Zach Kleiman feels very confident in Jock to be a phenomenal piece to this team. And I think he's going to be more of a valuable piece to this team. I reported on the day whenever Jay Huff went to the Pacers, Jock Landale to the Grizzlies, and, that was a crazy day. And there were a lot of mixed feelings about that. But I think when it boils down to who's actually going to look relevant, who's going to play more decent minutes with this squad, if you're comparing Jock to Jay, I bet Jock Landale every time. And I really think that we want to get the most out of our players. We don't just want to do like this whole thing of where, we're just going to leave him on the bench. And maybe that's going to happen, after Edey gets back. But I still expect Jock to play some very decent minutes. And he's had plenty of conversations with Steven Adams, two guys who are about to don the Grizzly uniforms in their life. Two guys that were with Houston last season. So Tuomas Iisalo started taking off as a coach in Germany At the same time, Jock Landale was playing in Europe. Landale heard great things about him, and years later, it turns out he might be a perfect fit under him in Memphis. It was a match made in heaven, I suppose, in the NBA. So, you know, these two guys, I mean, they know each other. They've seen each other around. They've heard each other's names, you know, from the grapevine. But now they can actually work together. And specifically for Ja Morant, I think screen setting and rebounding and defense will be the key for Jock Landale. And he doesn't even have to play. Look, he can play. Let's say Edey gets back and Jaren Jackson Jr. get back. He can play, 12 to 17 minutes, somewhere in that vicinity. And he doesn't have to do a whole lot. But he's one of those guys that's on your fantasy team that really doesn't do a whole lot in fantasy. But in real life, he's a very valuable guy. And I think that exact mentality of Jock Landale. I think he's going to be that same guy that is not going to show up much in the stat sheet, but he's going to do a lot of great things that's going to help this team. And hey, he can pop a three every now and then. I mean, hey, pick and pop. Ja Morant, feed it back to Jock for a straightaway three or a right wing three. I mean, why not? He can pop it anytime he wants to. So he can do plenty of things out there, but I really do think that he is a very underrated piece, and I hope that what Zach Kleiman and Tuomas Iisalo are saying about him, I hope it comes true. Once again, from Matt Infield, this is Jock Landale on his relationship with Steven Adams. I've learned some things from him that I probably shouldn't share. So, with Steven Adams and Jock Landale kind of being from around the same part of the country, definitely have butted heads every now and then, but that's just kind of a little funny little snippet there. A little bit about Jock Landale and his resume. Going back to San Antonio back in the 21-22 season. I started to really know who he was back in Memphis from the 22-23 season. Came from St. Mary's, I believe. Came from St. Mary's. To quote, fact check me on that, but I believe he came from St. Mary's. They produce a lot of great big man talent. Make guys ready for the NBA. 6.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, and then was pretty much the second or third big guy option behind Şengün, Steven Adams, kind of around playing that bench role. But now I think this is going to be really good for Memphis, and if, again, like I say, this is the plan. I mean, we're going to have Jock Landale start some games. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to be starting games this season. And once Zach Edey gets back, I mean, hey, you got another guy that can set good screens and hit some threes every now and then. I mean, he doesn't have to play a whole lot, but whenever he will, I mean, he is going to, I think, really contribute to this team. And I really do think, I really agree, Zach Kleiman made the right choice on this one. But that's going to do it for this video. Leave a comment down below your thoughts on Jock Landale and your thoughts on Zach Kleiman's words, or wherever else you may choose. I mean, it's a free country. Comment whatever you want to down below. Well, keep it clean, of course. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.